We're going to move to the Big Ten for the next 5 teams that we are going to be discussing. And I'm curious what you have to say about this one, Teal, because I think that there's one very specific player that Purdue could have added from the portal this year if they had gone into the portal that would fix a lot of the problems that they have this season, and that would be Lamont Butler. If you took Lamont Butler and put him on this Purdue roster, I think that Purdue would be looking at being a top 8 team in America, as opposed to being like, yeah, they'll be good in the Big Ten, but I can't see them really doing any damage once you get out of the Big Ten.
So you would go the super small lineup at the 1, 2, 3 with Braden Lamont, Fletcher Lawyer. I'm not sure I agree with that one. Some rim protection would be nice because defensively, like, not great, guys. Not great. Block percentage down in the 290s nationally. They need some rim protection, and they don't have much. And they're a position-based defensive team. We know that. So a lot of times they're getting over to those spots and chesting up before they have the opportunity to block shots. But I think, they need somebody around the rim to be a little bit more assertive blocking shots. And I'm not really sure that's in Trey Kaufman-Wren's bag. I love this Purdue team. I think they're really good. I think they're really fun to watch. Braden Smith this year has been top tier in terms of point guards. I think he's the best pure point guard in college basketball. And I'm not backing down from that statement all season. That's just going to continue happening. They just don't – on defense, who's the guy that scares everybody else inside of 10 feet? There's not really one. And you have to make up for that with defensive positioning, which they do. But sometimes you play like a Texas A&M that's big and physical, that's willing to attack the rim and just try to bulldog their way in there. You need that extra protection around the rim, and we've kind of seen the results.
I think they try to play as many games as they can at home. I worry about this team because of that when they get outside of Mackey Arena. I think they're just the difference in that team and that style of play when they're home. They tend to feed off that. I'm curious to see what this team does in the Big Ten, particularly when they won the road. They just seem like there's a different team because, again, you're going to attack them, Teal, like you said. You're not fearful of getting to the rim. You're not fearful of anybody crawling up in you, and they still have to answer that. We've still seen glimpses of them relapses when the pressure's mounting and teams gotten after them a little bit. We saw it happen against A&M. We saw it happen with Penn State. So maybe someone else, maybe an extra ball handler. You talk about another point guard, another ball handler, decision maker, maybe a bigger wing would be something that I wish from. I don't know which player I'd say fits that mold for them right this minute, but that's the only concern that I have with Purdue. I think they're a balanced team, but just another handler, take some pressure off of Smith that can help initiate offense. Rim protection, either you take charges because there's no shot blocker there, but that would be the only thing I say Purdue. But biggest thing I'd say they need right.
Yeah, they kind of get big boyed a little bit against these bigger, more physical, more athletic teams, and you could see that. To me, it was really obvious with Fletcher Lawyer and with Trey Kaufman-Wren. Like, they need those two guys. They need somebody at those spots to be a little bit tougher, a little bit bigger, a little bit more physical, and to be able to handle some of that contact.